The brick facades of Kensington fade into twilight. The lights glow in palace windows. In such settings, power seldom speaks loudly, it whispers. Over recent months, one royal figure has moved ever so quietly from the margins toward a more expressive and watched position in the monarchy. Sophie, now Duchess of Edinburgh. Her ascent isn't the kind of royal shift marked by trumpets or public decrees. Instead, it is evident in changes of address, gestures at court, and newly spoken reflections. But those small signals matter in royal life. Her title changed in 2023 when her husband, Edward, was formally created Duke of Edinburgh. With that elevation, Sophie ceased to be the Countess of Wessex and became Duchess of Edinburgh. A shift not just of nomenclature, but of rank, protocol, and expectation. Her biography and official listings now reflect that change. Since then, various media reports and interviews have suggested that Sophie is feeling a subtle relief, one that comes from shedding certain obligations or at least altering them. One of the most circulated claims is that Sophie no longer needs to curtsy to Meghan Markle. According to friendly sources quoted in lifestyle press, after her new title was conferred, the requirement for Sophie to perform a curtsy to Meghan at royal gatherings was lifted. Sophie is reported to be relieved by this change. That detail, whether small or large, has become a focal point for analysts. In the British royal system, protocol and precedents are loaded with meaning. Who curtsies to whom can reflect rank and respect. That said, it's important to emphasize, neither palace communications nor royal handbooks have publicly confirmed this curtsy rule change in official terms. The reports remain in the realm of media sources, citing friends or those close to the Duchess. Still, the claim has resonance. It connects a change in title to shifts in symbolic power, and positions Sophie as someone reworking her position in the House of Windsor. Another thread in recent reporting is Sophie's candid commentary on the idea of her being the royal secret weapon. In a rare interview during a visit to Bosnia and Herzegovina, she reflected on the paradox. It's all very well being a secret weapon, but if no one knows, maybe it's too secret. That remark is telling. She subtly questions the value of influence that remains invisible. It hints at tension, perhaps a desire for her impact to be felt more openly. Sophie's rising profile has not come through dramatic confrontation. She has not challenged protocols publicly. Rather, she seems to be recalibrating them by dint of rank and visible presence. On a recent state visit to Japan, during the official welcome at the Imperial Palace, Sophie performed an exquisitely low curtsy, one noted in the press, celebrated for its grace. That act reinforced her royal dignity, while also reminding observers that her name now carries greater weight in diplomatic seniority. Meanwhile, her work engagements remain steady, purposeful, and diverse. Sophie has built a portfolio of charitable patronages, public appearances, and quietly committed advocacy. She handles difficult moments, both domestically and internationally, with composure and care. What's notable is how Sophie's increased visibility contrasts with current royal constraints. The monarchy under King Charles is leaner. The number of working royals has shrunk. Public scrutiny is intense. Mistakes, past missteps, and legacy controversies follow every member closely. In this landscape, Sophie's approach, low drama, high consistency, allows her to inhabit a space of trust without fracture. And yet, trust is fragile. Her emergence invites two questions. How far will she step into the limelight, and how much pushback will protocol or tradition or palace insiders offer? For now, she retains a posture of support. She has said that she does not see herself in a frontline position. The royal tradition she respects is one of service behind the scenes, of reliability rather than acclaim. Still, her remarks, her title change, and seemingly loosened ceremonial constraints suggest that she is looking not for fireworks, but a new stability. Consider the broader context. In recent years, discussions around Meghan and Harry have been loud. Media coverage on Sussex departures, criticisms of the institution, and protocol disputes have kept royal watchers busy. Sophie's profile is emerging amid that noise, not as a foil or commentator, but as a custodian of steadiness. The curtsy narrative plays directly into that. If true, it signals that some of the old hierarchies are being revised not through public clash, but internal adjustment. In the quiet hallways of the palace, every gesture reverberates. Should Sophie's influence grow further, we could see expanded roles, perhaps more foreign tours, more sensitive diplomatic tasks, or elevated patronages tied to her domain as Duchess of Edinburgh. Already, the title carries with it historical resonance. The Duchess title was held by past consorts and monarchs. Sophie assuming it reactivates a line of symbolic precedent. But the key, though, will be balance. She must not overshadow or appear to compete. Royal life demands that one serve without spectacle. Still, the question remains, in the shifting architecture of Windsor, could Sophie be rewriting rules by quietly bending them? If she continues to accrue small wins, adjusted curtseys, more visible engagements, and respectful protocol, she may carve a legacy less noticed than a queen, but more durable than a consort. At the same time, the palace watch will be attentive. A remark misinterpreted, a gesture ill-timed, or a perceived leap ahead of protocol could invite pushback. But for now, Sophie moves gently, with clarity and with consistency. No loud declarations, no media storms, just a measured step forward. In that, she may embody a new model, a royal whose influence is not measured by headlines, but by trust, a figure whose legitimacy is not asserted loudly, but earned through presence. So, as windows are lit in palace corridors tonight and cameras rest, consider this. The chessboard is quieter now, but the pieces are shifting. And Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, may be one of those subtle moves that ends up carrying most weight. What do you see in her trajectory? Is she rising in silence or setting the rules anew? If you found this deeper look compelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us here on Crownverse, where royal history lives on.